Hey Brent, my
Mhm.
last question of the day, okay? This is the thing. When my Kundalini awoke or it started rising, whatever it is, it woke up or something happened. Um, my hands they started moving on me and trying to remove my blockages, and I will speak in languages that I don't know and do weird symbols and weird moves. And um, and then when I would wake up next to my now ex-husband, but I would wake up and my hands would be on him on places where he has big blockages, where he has pain. And so because my hands would do that on him, I started being like, well, maybe I wonder if I put my hands on him, maybe it will be do the same thing that it does on me. And so I started doing that on him, and then I realized that my hands would go move on their own. It's as if they have their own intelligence. I'm not the one moving it. My words speak, and it's as if I know what I'm doing, but I have no clue. I'm just observing what is happening. And I've done that with my mother and my ex-mother-in-law, and I've been able to heal a few things on them, which is a paradox because I haven't been able to heal everything on myself. But and God knows I have a long way to go. But the reason why I stopped doing that is because first of all, it would drain me so much. It would make me so exhausted, and I would have to sleep so hard. And second of all, I realized what I'm doing, I think, is really removing the person's emotions that are stuck in their body. And that's what I'm doing. I know because I could feel their emotion. They pass through my body and I throw them up through my mouth. And I stop because of that. I also stop because, I look kind of crazy when I do it. And to be fair, and also because I'm thinking, well, how am I helping the person if I'm the reason why they have these emotions is because they are perceiving or their perception or their beliefs are, in a certain way that creates those emotions. So if I do that and I remove them for them, I'm not really helping them because at the end of the day, they have to do that work on their own. And so I stopped doing that. But another part of me is saying, well, if I got this ability, then isn't that for something? And I got it from Kundalini. I didn't have that before. So what do you think I should do about that? I don't know.
Right. Great. Fascinating stuff. So yes, we all have the ability to heal. And we know this, right? Get a cut, it heals. I don't know anything about what just happened. It just heals. It's that same intelligence that is not just limited to healing cuts. It's limited to healing all sorts of things, including within other people. So yes, you don't know what you're doing, and that's good. It just as long as you know and you do know how to surrender and relax and let that intelligence take over, that's what the best healers are able to do. The best musicians, the best artists are able to just recognize, I don't know anything except how to let it flow through me. So yes, it's very valid, these experiences. Um, when we work with our own body, we recognize how to relate with our own emotions, how to process them. We're not afraid of them. We learn it's just a sensation arising in the body, different, racing heart, some tension, feelings, thoughts in the mind. That's all it is. And so we're not afraid of it. And we know that it comes and it goes and it's released. So what happens then is you recognize, well, I can help people out by taking on some of their thoughts, sensations, their tension, and I can
Mhm.
release it for them. And this is a gift that we have. This is the gift of healing that we have. It does make a difference for them. Can we completely heal them of everything? No, no,
Mhm.
because like you, I've come to understand they have their own life and their own journey, but we can help them a little bit, right? We can help them a little bit. And it's just like, say what I'm doing here, I'm just sharing a little bit what I can. Maybe it's, 1% of what you need. But if I can help a little bit, great. But the work ultimately falls on the individual, the majority of the work. So what I suggest that you do is you recognize you have these gifts, like you're saying, they're not coming for no good reason. Few of us are called to heal in these ways. So I recommend this book. I'll type it in the chat here. It's called Hands of Light by Barbara Brennan.
I have it.
Great. Yeah. So yeah, explore that. This book is written for people like you. For anybody that's interested in energy healing, not just with the hands, just in general, distance healing, all that kind of stuff. This is an interesting book. I haven't made my way through the whole thing, but she's quite brilliant. She was you know, a physicist at NASA or something, and energy healer, psychotherapist, one of those people. Really great work. But yes, you're being shown internally how some of these things work, and then externally you may have to do some reading, some training, some exploring, some discussing. It's a very interesting way that we're trained and initiated into these new gifts. But you will also have to develop the ability to find the balance so that you don't take on too much and drain yourself. This will come over time. I'm sure there's some material in Hands of Light about that. A very powerful way of doing that is establishing boundaries. So you don't do this for anybody, you know, you don't just go up to somebody on the bus and start, you know, chewing on their pain for them. Often this is why we have to create boundaries. And within our capitalistic society, that means you charge money. That means you say you have to come to me during my scheduled appointment hours,
Right.
because that's when I'm prepared to take on this stuff. If, say, a friend wants some of this, you know, maybe you don't charge them, maybe you don't charge a close person to you, but you do recognize that, you know, it's not going to be a 6-hour session. Once it's over, you're going to do what you need to do for yourself. So they may say, hey, that was great. Let's go get a beer. And you may say, I want to go in my room and cry, or I want to go in my room and listen to music. Do that for yourself. So you have to find the balance. And one thing I can say is that some great spiritual masters were known to take on the karma of their you know, disciples, followers, their community. It's a known healing gift and a great act of service. Because like I said, when you know and come to really understand that this is just thoughts in the head, sensations in the body, take it all on. It's okay. But that comes at, you know, maybe lifetimes from down the road. But this is also the work of the Bodhisattva, right? The Bodhisattva has come to learn that, you know, all this emotional stuff, thoughts, pain, it's not that big of a deal. And so they'll say, of course, I'll come back and I'll take it on for the world and help others who don't know yet that it's not that big of a deal. I'll take it on for them. And that's the gift of the healer. So these are some ideas for you to consider, some avenues for you to explore. Very interesting abilities there.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.